All right, Holly, this is the top trim, essentially. This is as nice as it gets. It's got a lot of options on it. Heated, ventilated seats, the roof, the paint. Thoughts on price?
42. Too low.
Too high.
Too high. Okay, 38.
Too low. Hey, Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in the second best-selling Chevy that they make. We are in the updated 2025 Chevrolet Equinox in the RS all-wheel drive trim in this glorious red paint. And in this video, we're going to tell you how this vehicle fits our family of three. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, we are the prototypical buyers of this size class of vehicle. And as I said in the intro, this is the number 2 best-selling Chevrolet product. Can you guess what the number 1 is? It's a truck.
A truck, yeah.
And we're about to pass it right now. It's the Silverado.
Silverado, yeah.
Yes. So this is the second best-selling in the Equinox.
We passed 2 of them.
They're everywhere. But these are quite prolific as well. They're all over the place. They're a very popular vehicle for a very good reason. And for 2025, it has seen some major updates, all new style inside and out, new tech, new features, new. So my first question to you, what do you think of the exterior styling of this one?
I really like it. I don't know, did the previous Equinox have a different color on the roof, or were they all just like one color?
They were all body colors. So
all
that
body
is a
colors.
new feature, the blacked roof on our RS trim.
Do they all come that way?
No,
Oh,
the
so
RS trim, that is an option. The active trim, you can get a white roof.
Oh, nice. Well, I do like the 2 tones, the roof being a different color. And then also, there's just some like black, well, the roof is black, first of all. But then there's some other like black features throughout the bottom of the car as well, that I think ties the whole look together.
All the badges, the wheels, the bow ties, the grill. Yes.
Yeah. And then there's a few little chrome accents, and then this one is red, and it is a really pretty
radiant red tint coat, and yes, it is. I think it rivals Mazda's Soul Red Crystal for sure. But
yeah, it's a nice color. And
very
then,
beautiful.
Of course, another feature that makes this a little bit different than the last one is it's a little bit more straight edge, cutting edge, a little less soft corners than the last one.
They definitely stole some style elements from bigger crossovers and SUVs in the lineup,
And
for sure.
All of those design elements make this feel really sporty.
Yeah. I did show this picture of this to one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, is it fast?" And I was like,
It looks fast.
It does. It does. The red definitely helps with that. And then another thing Chevy is trying to go with the boxier styling is everybody wants a big, rugged, off-road ready vehicle. We're passing a Bronco Sport. You really liked the Bronco Sport when it came out because of its boxier lines. That's what they're going with here.
Yeah.
So you and I just sold our Jeep Cherokee of many years. That thing was rugged and capable, but it was curvaceous and softer in its style. Yeah. This definitely looks more rugged than even that, right?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
All right, moving inside. What are your thoughts on here?
Well, I feel like the inside styling even solidifies my opinion more that it's like a sporty feeling car.
Why would that be?
Well, the steering wheel feels sporty.
Yes.
You have like the RS down here. But then you also have like this design right here that feels like checkered, like a checkered flag almost.
Yeah.
For race cars.
Get these big red turbine air vents.
And I like the little accent on the inside of the red, which makes it feel sporty even more.
Your red fade to black over here in front of me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like it. Good,
Okay.
interesting. I like it. That is something you don't see in every car. And I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
And we get that
Because
texture.
it's kind of like that on the air vents too.
Yep.
The red. It almost looks wood.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the color of like redwood.
Like mahogany.
Like a mahogany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get this checkered pattern elsewhere. We get it on the armrest, on the doors. It's a little bit of everywhere in here. Gives it a very nice racy look.
Racy look. Yeah.
We have all digital screens in this one. I know your big complaint is what happens if the screen breaks, but what are your thoughts on ease of readability of the screens and such in this?
I wish there was a head-up display.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can change this digital gauge,
Yes,
but
there
it does
are
look sporty, whatever you have
multiple different layouts.
Oh, I
to
like
it,
the map right there.
including maps, including your driver assistance. And
Does
then,
it hook to Apple CarPlay?
Yes. And then a more simplistic view right there. But the second map view is actually Apple CarPlay. That's Apple Maps right there.
Okay, looks like now is a good time to move on to my child safety seat.
Thank you, Tucker, for that. Coming to the back seat, it is quite comfortable for adults and kids alike. I like the height of it. It's very easy to get in and out. You can see sitting behind myself at 5'10", plenty of room back behind the passenger seat. We do have some storage on the backs of both front seats. We have heated outboard seats, which I really like. Air vents on the back of the center console, which I really like. And down very low on the center console, 2 USB-C ports. We also have a fold-down center armrest with 2 cup holders that stays parallel to the seat bottom instead of folding all the way down to the seat bottom. All the way around, though, very comfortable seating position here, though it doesn't recline, which is a slight miss. We still get all the same materials back here on the door with a little bit of storage in the door as well. But as I pop out and talk about bringing in Tucker's child safety seat, we do have to expose the lower latches underneath these hard plastic covers. Now, typically we only have vehicles for a week at a time, so I store those in the center console so we don't lose them over the week. But what do you do if you own a vehicle with these removable plastic covers to make sure that you don't lose them? They are only on the 2 outboard seats, not on the center seat. So if you don't want a car seat in the middle, you're doing the seatbelt method, though that is in the seat back, not coming down from the ceiling. Do have a center arm or headrest here and a 60-40 split folding bench seat back here, though I don't particularly care for the fact that the 60% is on the passenger side where we typically keep Tucker's child safety seat. Also, the only way to fold it forward is from here on the side, which is a little bit of a miss when it comes to some of the competition. As I bring in Tucker's Graco Extend-A-Fit child safety seat, it almost fits perfectly where I had the seat before, but I'm going to move it up just a skosh so that we can snug it down into place back here. But yeah, not much movement needs to take place with that front seat for a rear-facing car seat, which is a huge win. But the big benefit here is they're not rear-facing for very long. As I turn around Tucker's Graco Extend-A-Fit child safety seat, we will go ahead, drop that top tether back behind the seat, get this lined up in place, and give myself a little slack. And because of those massive removable plastic covers, the lower latch points are very easy to see and very easy to find. With the latches, the height of the vehicle means this is a very easy seat to tighten into place. But unfortunately, because this seat does not slide like on generations past, we had to go around to the back to tighten down that top tether. As we talk about the storage area of the vehicle, I do want to talk about a new feature Chevy is implementing for 2025 on their crossovers and SUVs, and that is the remote rear access. No more kicking or dancing under the rear bumper. You just have to have your proximity key near the back of the vehicle. It'll beep a few times and open up. This is a feature that we've really liked in Hyundai's, Kia's, Genesis's. The Korean brands now brought here to a US brand. I really like that feature a lot. No more dancing. As we open the hatch, you can see we do have top tethers all the way across, we'll go ahead and finish up the child seat install here with Tucker's child seat. But very easy to secure and tighten, though I'm gonna have to fully tighten this down, snug it down when I have two hands after I'm done filming. You can see there is a little bit of a firm corner here, but perhaps we might do some long-term damage, but I don't see any like buckling of the seat fabric, so I'm not too worried. Again, I already mentioned you can fold these seats down, but not from back here in the back, unless you want to reach in and grab that handle from there. But even for myself at 5'10", it's a little bit of a reach. This is not all the storage you get. There is some hidden storage underneath here, which is a very nice touch. And then if you pull this towards you just a bit and pull up, you can release the rear storage. It's a very interesting locking mechanism that's not so easily done one-handed, but there's the locking mechanism. It's a peg and hole kind of situation, but you can see we have some additional storage underneath here and a place for our spare tire, but you have to lift up this cargo shade to get to your temporary spare tire. And then we'll drop all that back into place and get our cargo shade back into place as well. This is much easier done two-handed versus one-handed, but we will get this done before we set off in this vehicle for sure. Let's see, can I do it? Can I do it? Comment down below if you think I can do this one-handed, but yeah, doesn't look like it. We'll fix that here in just a moment. As we come to me, 5'10", underneath the cargo hatch, plenty of room. It opens in our 1963 built garage and has a quick access button for closing it, located on the hatch itself. All right. Coming back from Tucker's child safety seat, we'll talk more about storage, but we are on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there?
It's a little wobbly.
Yeah. Holly, what are your thoughts?
Here's the big one.
You hear it more.
You hear it more than you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it more than some things.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, I mean, I feel like it's pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a ton of inside cabin noise, a little bit.
I'm glad you bring that up, because there's been something that is bugging me the entire time we've had this particular one. It could be just to this particular one, but there's a rattle up there in the roof somewhere, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, and I can hear it.
And getting on this kind of pavement definitely accentuates that, but otherwise it rides fine.
Yeah, it rides fine.
Okay, so we had to pivot due to timing.
Pivot!
That we're here on the brick streets, but we're talking interior style and design. We're talking the screens, and then Tucker pivoted us again to his child safety seat. But what are your thoughts on?
He is our director and producer.
He is, very much so. What are your thoughts on storage in here? Because I think, well, you give,
what do you think?
You give your thoughts. I don't want to taint any of your feedback.
Well, there is storage.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like maybe there wasn't a woman on the storage team.
Elaborate.
So, like, you have the under,
which I love,
storage right here. We love that. But the way the seats are, I can't reach anything into there. It's not like I could put my purse there and grab it in and out.
They did not have a short woman on the storage team.
Okay, yeah, I
can get in there just fine.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
You'd have to be tall to
Noted.
be able to reach in and out of there without moving your seat forward and backwards.
Okay.
You have a pretty big storage right here. And it does have this one shelf that comes out, but then it's just a big hole all the way down. I'm like, it feels like it could have had something else, maybe another shelf, maybe like since you brought up the Jeep Cherokee, we had like a spot that had like a place you could put like coins and stuff. It wasn't a full-on shelf, but it was like you could put little things like right beside it. I don't know. There needs to be some more functionality in this than just that little shelf that comes out, in my opinion.
I will say, I had a 2011 Equinox that seemed to have been a hallmark of the Equinox for a long time now.
Yeah. So they haven't learned. Okay. Here's the lesson. Add a woman to your storage team.
Okay. Well, we have this, and I know you don't like open storage, but it is an option. I mean, look, there's an
nice.
Equinox right there. That's the generation I had, that little silver one. But yeah, open storage right here, 2 cup holders, a little bit of open storage right there.
Yeah, I do like this little
Okay.
thingamajig.
I just don't like it.
And I do like that this is not a charger.
Yes.
That the charger is up and you slip it in there. So I do really like that.
Yeah. My only complaint here, and you notice it with our garage door opener,
Yeah.
they should put rubberized
Yeah.
lining down at the
It
bottom.
looks like it is, but it's
not. But yeah, and then there's storage down there. Pretty good sized glove box. Storage in the doors, storage up here. Decent storage. And then in the back, flat load floor. I am impressed with how much space is in that second row that I talked about when putting in Tucker's child safety seat. And then even more space back in the back.
Oh my goodness. I almost, when I looked back there, I was like, is it a 3-row? Is it a little
Yeah.
big back end?
Very big, especially again coming from our Cherokee, which made compromises in interior space because of its 4-wheel drive nature. This thing is massively roomy.
Yeah, it is pretty roomy.
So very impressed with the space in this one.
Yeah.
Tucker, any thoughts and opinions on your space and comfort back there?
It is really good.
Yeah. What are some of the things you like here in the inside?
Well, I really like the red and blue stitching.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh?
I know, right?
Yeah. And I can't ask you about seat comfort, but Holly, what are your thoughts on the seat comfort?
Oh, it is really comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are synthetic leather, the Evotex as Chevy calls it, but there are some cloth accents
I know, I like
and
the
some
cloth
red and
accent.
blue stitching that Tucker pointed out.
Yeah.
So
And know what
what?
the blue stitching reminds me of?
What?
Superman.
Superman, yeah, okay. Then we get RS in our headrests. So just adding some sporty nature and characteristics of it.
I like it. Yeah, it does feel like, even though I wouldn't say the seats are like sports car seats that, whatever you call them, they hug you or whatever. These do hug.
Yeah.
But not so much that you're like, I don't feel like I can fit in this seat.
And they're, like we said, very comfortable. They're
Very
heated, they're ventilated, 2-person driver memory, which is part of an option package on this one. So lots
Are
of...
there any options for head-up display in the Equinox?
No.
None at all.
No.
Boo.
But with the digital screen there, especially in the more simplistic view, it's very quick and easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Have to look all the way down.
I am so sorry. My apologies. But yes.
And you do have a camera in the rearview mirror,
Mirror, yes.
which is nice, especially since that back end is so big, you can load it down.
Okay, so let's talk about visibility outside of the camera mirror. Like, is it easy to see out?
It is very easy to see out, especially I feel like, well, you have the windows in the back, but then you have the windows in the back.
Yep.
So it feels like it's like one big window all the way back, which is nice.
And then we do have 360 cameras in this with tons of different camera views, forward, back, all the way around us, including our tires, which I call our parking in our narrow garage opening cameras that I really like a whole lot. But another thing Chevy does, they didn't let the lawyers take over. You can leave the cameras on for as long as you want. They don't turn off.
Okay.
So if you turn the cameras on, and
I like that.
you can drag the camera quick access button over there to the side. So that has been a complaint that we have not addressed, but you can address in General Motors products. You can put a quick access camera button
I like that.
there on the side.
Yeah, because that is, well, and this isn't like a huge car, so, but when parking,
Yeah,
one of my biggest pet peeves is when the camera
it's hard to find.
was hard to find, A. B, when you back up, the camera comes on. So like, here's the thing, like I'm parking and I park crooked. So I back up to straighten up. So I back up, the camera comes on, and then when I go to pull in, it goes off. I'm like, I still need you.
Yeah.
I'm still doing what I'm doing.
All right. we've been in it a while. We've driven it around downtown. We're getting out into a little more open road. How does this thing drive?
It's really smooth and it's easy to drive.
Does it feel like it's lacking power? Because some have complained of the power numbers, but they haven't been in it. You're in it. What's it like driving?
In it. I feel like, no, I haven't had any problems like in the city driving that we're driving. Haven't taken it up on the open road in 75 mile per hour traffic or anything like that.
It's good.
It's good. So it's been perfect for what we're doing here. Now, we'll say like, it doesn't feel like a sports car. It doesn't feel as sporty as it looks, but yeah, it's been perfect.
Yeah. Now, this one is all-wheel drive. One thing Chevy does that I don't like that its competition doesn't do is you, as the driver, have to decide, are you in two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? You have to make the decision versus the car realizing, hey, there's some wheel slippage. Maybe we send some power to the back. So that is something I wish Chevy changed. Depending on what drive mode you're in, we've got different drive modes here, but you can change all of that with your drive mode as well. But this being the all-wheel drive version, it also gets a little more torque.
Nice.
So, transmission, any problems there? Have you even noticed it?
Nope.
That's a good thing.
Haven't even.
What are your thoughts on the new placement of the gear selector? You had to hunt for it.
It took me a minute, but
It works
fine with
nicely.
me.
Yeah.
It doesn't take up space on your,
Oh,
although you got the mode thing. But
yeah. I feel like this could have been redone just a smidge, but
smidge.
otherwise. All right. Any further thoughts before we talk window sticker?
Yeah, why does the mode thing need to be right there?
I know. And why does it need to be so large?
It's so large. You got all this tech, but we've got a dial for our mode.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to put you back on this next screen for just a moment because the EPA rates us at 24 city, 29 highway, 26 combined. In 83.5 miles, we're getting 21.4. That has involved a lot of sitting still, idling while filming. I've filmed multiple videos on this, including in comparison against a Mazda CX-50 hybrid. Go check that out. But fair to say, decent fuel economy. Takes regular unleaded and has a decent sized fuel tank. I'll put that on screen. All right, Holly.
I would probably keep it in this one.
Oh, you didn't like them? Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, let me.
It even tells you what you're listening to if you're listening to something. All right, Holly, this is the top trim, essentially. There are co-top trims, but this is as nice as it gets. It's got a lot of options on it. Heated, ventilated seats, the roof, the paint. Thoughts on price?
42. Too low.
Too high.
Too high. Okay, 38.
Too low.
40.
Yes, right in the middle there. What's the window sticker, T-Man?
410.00.
$40,410 and no cents.
No sense.
Interesting that your first guess was 42 because, again, taking it back to our Cherokee, we had the Trailhawk. In 2014, when it was brand new, it cost 42. It did not have heated and ventilated seats. It just had heated seats. It did not have Apple CarPlay. It did not have 360 cameras. It did not have a rear view camera mirror. There are a lot of things it didn't have that this does. Multiple years down the road, inflation, all that fun stuff. What do you think of the price of it now?
Yeah, I think 40 is really good for this car. And the only reason, so I was hoping it would be within the range that it is.
Yeah.
The only reason I went 42 is because it was the top trim in the RS, which I thought would add more to it than it did. So there you go.
So, I mean, it fits in our garage very well. Could this be on the list?
It
doesn't have head up.
Doesn't have head up.
But
I mean, it pretty much has everything else I would say that is on our must-have list.
Yeah, including memory seats.
Including memory seats and heated and ventilated.
Even heated back seats.
Oh.
Yeah.
For $40?
Yeah. Our
That's
Jeep
a
didn't
steal.
even have that. Well,
Well, I didn't have ventilated seats at all.
no.
The Jeep. And it only had one side heated seat. Oh, it had both? Okay.
Well, if you
Anyway.
want to know more from Holly, see some behind the scenes stuff, follow along with her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it, all at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us and Chevy's second best selling vehicle, and we can see why, until next time, Gearheads.
Bye.
Bye.